coming.
What is going on, All Terrain Nation? Whether it be two-wheel drive,
four-wheel drive,
it doesn't matter what you drive, as long as you're driving something fun and you're having a good time. This is your alternation.
What is it?
I don't know what show this is. This is alternation.
Wow.
All Terrain Nation.
I swear to God.
Wow.
He hasn't, but you had a good steak, so there's that.
Yeah, I've got the meat sweats right now. What is going on, everybody?
Meat
Hopefully,
sweat.
we'll talk about that in a minute. Yeah, I hope everybody's having a fantastic Sunday. I got that right.
Look at you.
Yeah, we're going to talk some Jeeps tonight. And I see my buddy Austin Mallon in there. He should be happy about this chat because Easter Jeep Safari, which is on a bucket list of mine. I will go see this out in Moab, Utah sometime. See all the Jeepers out there, throw ducks at people, and all the I guess that's what they do out there, right?
Throw ducks at each other.
Yeah.
I don't think they throw them.
Sure.
Do they like dress up like ducks? Like
Maybe.
maybe?
I don't know. There's a whole lot of ducks going on out there, I think.
There's a lot of quacking. First off, though, I want to say a kind of a sad. One of our journalist friends, Sean Holman, is in a severe accident. He was heading out there. Him and his daughter were heading there, and they got in what they're saying right now was just a driver fatigue accident, and
Which is still yet to be proven.
Yes.
Everything. So
allegedly,
yeah,
and him in their intensive care right now, and hope everybody pulls through on that. But it was pretty the carnage of the wreck was. I don't want to show it on here, but it's disrespectful.
Yeah.
But we were just literally on a press event with Sean.
Yeah.
And
what is his channel?
Truck Podcast.
Yeah.
Sorry. But yeah, it's kind of a bummer, man. But it looks like his Jeep kept him safe. So,
Yeah.
I know they're doing a trying to pull some money together for the family. So the next couple of weeks, we'll probably do something along with that, help out with the family in that way, any way we can.
Mm-hmm.
We're not super close to Sean. We've been on several press events with him.
Yeah.
He's kind of a quiet guy,
but
kind of a bummer to see. So definitely Douglas prayers for that. What's really to me is him and his daughter are super close. She was going out there to Easter Jeep Safari with him, and then to have any kind of tragedy happen
for sure
is a bummer. So that's how we'll start the show. But ladies, gentlemen, everybody doing good tonight?
Good. Another gorgeous day. No more rains in Middle Tennessee.
I know, it was so nice today.
Yeah, from 59 yesterday to 75.
My gosh, yeah, it was so nice. We got quite a bit of sun today.
Yeah, we almost did a mod today. We almost did.
Almost.
I did take I'm changing out the diabolical mats on the slipstream, so I got to do that. I did do something.
It's only been sitting on the couch for the last week that he literally had to take off before I went to Costco the last week.
Alan sent me that last Supercell.
No, but it's been sitting. The lid to the slipstream has been sitting on our couch for a week.
Hey, I'll get there. It's been a busy week, man. I did yesterday. You had to take Sydney to a tournament, and I did from 9 a.m. to about 7 p.m. softball umpiring. And dude, I was beat last night.
Yeah, so Sid and I had to leave the house at 6:15 yesterday morning to go to her high school facility to warm up before their game and to pick up a teammate. And then we had to drive across town, had to be there by 7:30. And then we finished up there about 2-ish and then came home, changed, went to the ball field with this one. And Sid got to ump a game for him while he stood on the field and kind of was like trying to coach her along a little bit. And then had to leave there and then take her to dinner with a friend, and then went back to the field to wait on you and work it a little bit. And then we left, went home. And then at like 10 o'clock, I had to go pick up Sydney at her friend's house. So it's been busy
weekend. I know Mark's had a busy weekend. You tore apart your Bronco, Mark.
I did. Another little install, getting ready for Supercell. Something new to show off.
I'm very pumped for super. For one, I need clearly we sound like we need a break, but I'm ready for a little bit of downtime, hang out with you two, and get to talk Broncos.
Yeah.
Because we don't really get to. Our friends think we're weird. They know we have Broncos. Like people go, okay, they're the auto journalists. What are they driving this week? Oh, it's the Bronco, but they don't want to talk Bronco.
Mm-mm.
So yeah, let's.
Other than, do you really love that thing, or
Do you really use it?
yeah, we really do.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I had
it's
the
not
same
sugarcoating.
conversation earlier this week with some colleagues. I was at a trade show that happened to be here in Nashville with some of my colleagues from New York and actually all over the country. Actual real life work people.
Is that crazy? What are those?
right.
But people were like, what's this? You have this Bronco thing? And I was like, yeah. And then I was talking about Supercell and the next event that we have lined up coming up. And they're like, oh, this is like a real thing. And I'm like, yeah.
You're like,
It's
yeah.
a thing. It's not
Yep.
just a car that sits in the garage. I mean, lately it is, but we're going to change that in a couple days.
Yeah. It is. It's a real thing. We do real things with. Like,
Yeah. They're like, you're
Right.
kind of really into this. I'm like, yeah, it's kind of a thing.
kind of a thing.
Kind of fun. Go get you one. You'll figure it out.
Yeah.
But tonight I know we're talking a little Supercell here, but tonight we're talking Jeeps, guys. I know Mark's seen it in the Patreon. I discussed this a little bit.
We're all so excited about it. We
I know.
know.
Well, there's some fun things coming up, and there's some misses that we've discussed with the Still Ounces brand a little bit. That I think money's tight, and I think it shows in this year's concept vehicles, and we'll bring this up in just a minute. Those are asking about Allie. Allie has home with a migraine,
Mm-hmm.
so we told her rest up for Supercell. Get ready.
Yeah.
She got a long drive.
Yeah, she does.
I made that drive last year.
Yeah.
It is a long one.
He's not making that drive again this year. So there are
No.
no vehicles.
What?
No surprise
No.
vehicles, Dave?
I was
No
totally ready
surprise
for a
vehicles.
surprise
It would be a
newbie.
surprise to her.
It'd be a surprise to me. Yes. That's not
Surprise
happening.
of the wallet.
Yeah.
Oh, 100% on that.
No.
No, nothing out there right now that really pulling me to want to go buy it.
That we haven't already had in our driveway.
Yeah.
I halfway
but-
considered looking into importing an Everest, but I know that game. I've actually imported cars before. It's not easy.
I was going to say, I feel like that would be super costly to
Yeah.
bring in a newer vehicle
there's
or a
that-
new vehicle into the States.
The big thing besides actually shipping it and like freight costs is that you have to make sure that it's DOT and EPA compliant. And that's where the rules come in and all sorts of money to, adjust those vehicles that aren't made for the States. But I mean, it can be done, just not with the wallet that I have.
Right.
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 That's funny
Same.
you mentioned Everest because I've actually been trying to put together my next Everest video because I keep pushing Ford's buttons on this thing and they don't say anything as they shouldn't. But
Yeah, we brought it up on our last press trip too. It was like, come on, guys,
Yeah.
like, come on,
I told the truck rep
need
that, hey,
crickets.
yeah, we'd really like to
Crickets.
hear Everest in this
So
town.
does that mean like no news is good news?
Who knows?
No news is no news. I think
Oh.
that is. Deal Me In says the tariffs would be like $250,000.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We're not talking about that.
No,
No.
Jess has talked tariffs all week at her normal job. I'm sure. You all do
Yes, I can't. Yeah, time out on that.
She's like tariffed out on her tariff talk.
I
now.
am.
That's a different channel. That's Tariff Nation. That's a couple clicks over.
Right?
We have all the nation's coins, just so everybody knows.
It is funny. We and I've called 12, 13 years now. Everything we've done is under the Nation banner. But we saw we were at a softball game
Uh-huh.
and one
The
of
school.
the crosstown rival has what are they called?
Seagull Nation.
They had it Seagull Nation above their dugout. I was like, you better get a cease and desist here.
That's what I told. He
yeah.
goes, "Oh, look at that!" And I said, "I guess a cease and desist is coming their way."
Yeah, we saw something the other day.
The Blackstone Griddles, Griddle Nation.
Griddle
And I was all
Nation.
like, oh, trying to swoop in and steal it from you.
No,
Unacceptable.
no. Hello, TN Code Monkey from Chattanooga.
Hey, Maya, good to see you in the chat too.
Oh, is Maya in here? There she is.
Yeah,
What's up, girl? And they will be at
Supercell.
Supercell. So the nice family will be there. One nice and one not so nice. I'm playing, of course. I'm playing, of course.
You just poke the bear with that.
I know, Mike. I think Mike enjoys that. So we'll get right into it. There's not a ton of auto news right now. This is kind of a quieter period. Press trips for the first quarter sort of wrapping up, gearing up for the next round for that. We have nothing on the horizon right now.
Mm-mm.
So I keep trying to poke my way in there. Jess, you'll love this. There is an Explorer Tremor coming.
Ooh,
Yeah. And it looks fun, and I keep trying to weasel my way into that press drive. So I would be very interested in that. But as you know,
That's
kind of
fun.
the Ford fan, I knew you over there would be off-road and an Explorer. What more could I ask for?
Tremor,
Right.
what?
Yeah, but they make a Tremor Maverick. So I mean,
Whoa, back off, Mark. Whoa. Settle
Wait,
down, sir.
no, he's
Settle
a
down.
super Maverick guy. He wants one so bad. I don't know how he ended up with the Ranger. Maybe
I don't
'cause
either.
I told him
how
he couldn't
did
have
you
a
end up
I don't
with
think Mark would fit in the Maverick.
I barely fit in the Ranger. So
I was going to say, I think the reason he ended up with a Ranger is because Dave had a Ranger. So Mark needed a Ranger. You know, the two of those have to have what the other has.
I mean,
Yeah.
it usually goes the other way, but I think you're right, Kelly. Absolutely. They're always, keeping up with each other.
Keeping up with
The
them.
Joneses.
Shut up. Get out of my head. I was thinking the same thing, but I was going to be more witty about it than that, but you ruined it.
Keeping up with the dudes.
You did ruin it.
For the record, my XLT has my Explorer XLT has little off-road mode, so I don't know what the Tremor's going to bring us, but I'll be interested to see it.
Yeah, it is pretty. I mean, it's definitely have those Tremor kind of colors and vibes and all that. So I don't think you're I really don't think you're missing out on anything.
Well,
Jess.
and they had that Timberline, is that what it was?
Yeah, I don't
Timberline?
think that went over well, like the naming of it.
It sounds cheapy.
It's trying, Pinky's up for that. That's what I think of when I hear that. But
I will say I wanted a Timberline edition though, because I knew it was the more
remember our first
beastie.
SEMA, they had a Timberline kitted out in overland fashion in the expedition. Oh my god, that thing was so nice.
It had a third row too.
Nobody cares about these third rows, man.
Yes, people do.
Probably has like a full-size washer and dryer in it.
Probably so. Probably so.
Our daughter's car's got a third row. You worried about that one?
No, I already had that one.
What we have.
I know, but I'm hinting at what we have coming. So anyways,
You're not supposed to hint.
No hints.
That's what I do, man. It's what they come here for.
No, they don't.
They're like, what will Dave do next?
That is true, and then I have to keep you in line. You stress me out.
That's what I do. All right,
I can tell.
I want to bring this up. Everybody plays at home. This is we'll let this play out a little bit, but this is Jeep's. This is their lineup for concept vehicles. I'll pause this in just a minute so we can kind of look at it. There's a few out there that seem kind of interesting. First off, Kelly, Mark, Jess, we've seen the light bar on this thing.
Yes.
Yeah.
I think Jeep is really hinting that for the next generation, this is probably going to be like on the Rubicons or something. This is coming. They keep highlighting this. And if you ever watch these concepts, they do tend to hint at things are coming. It's usually the thing that you least expect, but we love those light bars when we get to play with it.
Mm-hmm.
Wow. Was that Vegas?
SEMA.
Yeah.
Working.
Yeah, they were super cool. I was impressed with that.
Flipped out and you were able to turn the side ones around and stuff.
Yeah.
Oh, that's the one. Yeah.
It was kind of
super
like
functional, lots of different,
manual zone lighting. So you could actually put the lighting in the zones you need.
Right.
Yeah, I was super impressed by it because when they're talking about flipping out, they're talking about like they actually like flipped out like this. Like you could actually
turn down too.
And they can turn down, so you can actually like flip them out. And if you didn't watch the video, go definitely after the show tonight, watch the Jeep walk around from SEMA because it actually shows you those lights coming out, and we kind of showed a little bit of that.
But I think it's definitely saying something down the road's coming, and I would say by now they've probably got all the wind noise figured out on this, is what I'm thinking, because if you look at in between these bars, there's gaps in for air to flow through, and I'm hoping that they figured that out,
that it doesn't whistle.
Yeah, or just
or whoop.
Yeah, you're going to get that whoop on over the, especially if it was a soft top.
The
soft top people hate that stuff.
Yeah, because it just like bounces off of it.
Yes, but
well, yeah, and Mark saw that on his Bronco with the soft top when he put the light bar on there. There was all sorts of wiggle, jiggle, blowy noises.
How'd they go again?
It happens at your
right.
Anyway, carry on.
my fan favorite, it was this one that was sitting in the back of this video, was their convoy concept, the J6 trucks. I love those. Mark being military, ex-military, you probably remember that.
Yeah.
I know they were well past their prime when you were in, but there's a lot of military heritage with Jeep having these out with the Army and stuff. So that I thought looked cool. And I said in the video today, I think this is how they do Gladiator versus Wrangler. Y'all may have a differing opinion, but I really do. I think at some point they have to start looking a little bit different. They just can't look like the same exact thing, or else it gets boring. I think it's where Gladiator sells a little bit.
I would agree. I honestly, I like this better than I do the Gladiator front end because I do feel like it, like you said, it stands out a little bit. It gives that kind of Wagoneer feel a little bit from back in the day. But so you're bringing a little retro into today's market. And I could see driving this around versus another Gladiator. I'd be curious to know how the ride is, though, once that time comes.
You know, it's going to be solid axle and you're not going to like it. But like the tan roof and everything, I love that. I think the clothish style doors could be something down the road they may be looking at of doing. There's a concept coming up that has all their parts bin catalog in it. But I mean, 40-inch tires, you know, we've said this on the show many times. 33s used to be the benchmark if you got a tall ass tire. 35s quickly turned into that, and now 35s are starting to look small. And
those look like 37s.
Oh, these are
40s maybe.
I think at some point somebody's coming out with 40s and are going to make the statement like
standard,
like Bronco did, 35s, 37s. Some Jeeps got to do that, right?
At some point, if you're going to play in the big game.
Well, they're the big game. Mark, what do you think, man? Because you're
that's historically, I can see that, you know, militarily driving through the sands of Africa, you know, World War II campaign style. I'd be interested to see if it only comes with that kind of safari open top. I do like the classic looking doors, the canvas style, and that front end really sets it apart. And you know, to the size of the tire, I mean, go big or go home. I mean, as we continue to grow, you know, bigger tires and larger off-road capable vehicles, you know, they've got to do something, especially with something with a concept like that. You've got to do something that really, really sets it apart. And factory 40s would definitely help throw that. And I like and it kind of shows in this, the yellow headlights.
Yeah.
I noticed only yellow function. I don't know if it's like a dual function where you can also get white light, or if it's truly tuned for only off-road, so they're only going to come with a yellow light option. Again, concept, I'm sure if this was ever to roll production, they would have to have a white light, street light.
Yeah.
You know? Oh yeah. Well, that and the grill, the seven slot grill would definitely have some sort of mesh or something in between there. You can't have cats flying through your engine.
Oh, why not?
Or birds or whatever.
No, those are 40s, Dave. Cats go underneath. Like,
that's true.
That's it.
True. But,
well, in what's funny here, which we know this is a concept, so it's not at production yet. But if you notice how tight those tires are to that front bumper, to the rear bumper, it's almost like they said, okay, we're gonna bring this truck in on 33s, and then we're gonna change them out to 40s. Once we get out here because of rub and because of all the other things.
Well, there's video, and I'll show some of this, because this one, the Convoy, is by far my favorite out of all that Jeep's done, because I love that. I think the 70s are the new retro that everybody's looking for. My daughter loves 70s style cars. She calls them movie cars because that's where she knows them from.
Mm-hmm.
But I think for a younger generation now, they're going to start looking to this style. You know, like the Bronco is a very 60s throwback. Our generations love that, but I think the younger generations are going to look forward a little bit. And for this, so it has that classic front end, but I really do think at the end of the day, Jeep does something like this. You know, it's a classic kind of Gladiator style from the 70s anyways. And it does gives you those truck vibes a little bit, but clearly that's just a normal Gladiator they've stuck that front end on, but I think it looks fantastic. Soft tops, obviously, yeah, like Mark was saying, this would come in, you would get the normal, probably Gladiator soft top, hard top. But if they did like that canvas back, that would be awesome as an optional. Like you could buy that like that. I think it would be fun. Could you imagine rolling down the interstate with that, and then all of a sudden you're like a parachute?
Yeah.
You're up in the air and you're like, hey, how'd I get here? But no, I think that one was pretty cool. So let's see what else we got coming up here. There it is. This is the rewind. This one boggles my mind because they didn't do anything to this. It's got some AEV wheels on it and a bumper, and that's kind of it other than some graphics.
It's a Barbie Jeep.
Kinda.
I watched part of your video earlier today, Dave, and I immediately thought it looks like a trapper keeper with a sign
Yes.
of
Yes.
break stickers.
That's
Yes.
it. The 80s and 90s called, and this is their Jeep.
Absolutely. Like we need full windbreaker suits and all the
Yes.
things.
It reminds me of like all the basketball players used to come out because I was a big Jordan fan. I was watching basketball back in the day. They would come out in those light windbreakery jackets and they were striped like this. And like Taco Bell still stuck at this generation because they still look like they should have put Taco Bell on the side of this. Nobody would know any difference.
That would have been a
The
copyright.
Baja Blast.
Whoa.
That would have been great.
That's it.
But they call this the rewind, and I get it. But I think this is where Stellantis is starting to show the cracks of the company not having a ton of money to play with. The convoy behind me was just basically a painted up, dolled up Gladiator with a new front end. This is just some graphics. Like this is, I don't know where this would ever show. Like this is where we're headed. But you know.
I think there's a market for this. I think, like you said, kids, our daughters' ages, both of our daughters are very close in age, love this style, love that 80s style. And if this comes in on a lower end Jeep model, something that is a really, really affordable.
Yeah, that price point.
That price point, I think they'll get snatched off the lot. I think we'll see them everywhere.
Yeah, I think you will too. And it's funny because Sydney, like half of her softball team wants a Jeep. And so I could see half the softball team saying, Mom, please, half the softball team can't afford a brand new Jeep with this package on it, even at the low point at this point. But I can definitely see them all saying, we all want this.
Well, Mark, you said cheap Jeep, and there is no such thing anymore.
Not at this point.
But what I'm really happy about, it's not a 4xe. And a lot of these concepts are 4xes, which once again, I think has hurt the brand. It's not really helped the brand. But here's a honcho. Now, this is another one that I think points to their future, but well, I guess we're not going to see it. This is the blue. Damn it. Jeep, get your shit together.
It's more like Dave, get your shit together.
This is the blueprint. Now, this is the dumbest one out there that they brought because these are all catalog parts. Anything in blue is catalog parts that you can buy from the manufacturer. So I get the idea behind it. Blueprint, we're going to build something.
So they're showing you the blueprints.
Yeah. But the color combination of this and the black is just awful. And there's once again, it's just they didn't do anything special to this. This was catalog parts.
Yeah, but
I have to disagree.
I know this is a concept, but I think this is more of the concept of let's show whatever any person out here can put on their Jeep. I don't think we would have this concept would never come to fruition. I think it's a concept just in the fact of let's highlight every single part that you can get. Mopar bumper, the Mopar snorkel. If it says Mopar, let's throw it on here so everybody out here can see what additional stuff you can get straight from the factory.
Yeah, like
so they should have called this the O'Reilly's build.
Right?
Yeah.
Like a rolling showroom.
Yeah.
No, I think that's a great point, Mark, because that's a great thought process from a marketing perspective. If you think about it, that is exactly what after you've said that, that's exactly what I can see on here. Oh, wait, I can replace the fender flares. I can replace the bumper. I can replace the tube doors. I can do the snorkel on there. Like I can do all those things. That's kind of a cool idea. But I disagree with the black and blue not going well together because I do think they do. I do think the blue is a lot if it was a true concept of what they were coming out with. But I think to your point, Mark, that makes sense that this is what's all replaceable.
Lime green would have worked perfect with this. It would have went with this blue does not. These are two primary colors that don't work well together, in my opinion.
Black's not a primary color.
Yeah.
Whatever.
Sorry. Thanks, Kelly.
You're welcome.
Look, simple Dave here.
It would have looked better on white though.
Yes,
Like, if
there was a way to
highlighting-
do this
Right.
to highlight the parts. Yes,
Exactly.
Yes. Go ahead.
Well, I mean, you said it. Like if you're highlighting the parts and saying like, here's all the add-ons, here's everything you can change, here's everything you can swap out, put that on a white background, let that blue pop. Because it does kind of sink into that black background and then it's confusing. You're like, what's happening here?
Yeah. No, I'm with you on that. One thing that stands out, this is a 4xe. You can see the plug-in up there, but look at the pod light up here way high and the one over here is way low.
It might be positioning.
No.
Just tilt your head a little.
Yeah.
Just
like
do
a dog,
this.
like a confused dog. Huh?
Right?
Well,
That's what our corgi
sometimes
does.
you are.
But ultimately, to wrap this one up, this is what you do when you're going to a trade show. This is not something you bring to as look at our latest concept. No, I mean, this reminds me of everybody gets a Jeep, they slap their own name on the side of it, which is fun, and they call it a build. And that's what this is to me.
But I see the flip side of it where it is a good marketing post, like of, hey, we can do all these things. So I definitely see that. I see your point of saying a concept should be a concept. But I think from a marketing perspective, I think a lot of people don't, I won't say a lot of people. I don't know that a ton of people know that you can modify as much as was seen in blue on the last vehicle.
Now this little teaser right here has to piss off 4Runner people or Toyota people and Ford people, because look, another sunset. Like, guys, nobody owns the rights to this. Trust me. This was all in the 70s. I grew up in the 70s. Yeah, everybody was doing sunset stuff.
Well, I mean, that looks like that's the color scheme off the old Jeep Rambler. Like,
but look at that bad boy. This is the Honcho, if I remember right. Once again, this got some, the
Honcho's a 2-door.
Okay.
Something with an H though.
We'll pull it up in just a minute. This is an AEV bumper, but I love that light bar underneath it, man. What a great place for that, because for one, it's still a little bit protected, but two, when you're out off-roading at night, you need light on the ground, not clear across,
to show you the trail,
the moon. Like, so what a great concept. I love them solid kind of throwback wheels. That looks really good. Let's see if we can get a name of this thing. I forget. They're all similar name too. Damn it. See,
I'm looking it up.
Oh, I've got it. I could pull it up. I'm just lazy.
It's a true story.
Let's see. Here is this is the back of that rewind.
Welcome, Kevin P.
Kevin P's in the house. What's up? What's up, sir? Formerly known as
Oh, that is the Honcho, Dave, with the sunset.
Yeah, thanks.
The Honcho.
Yeah, thanks for backing me up. Here's the rewind once again. Fun
Trapper Keeper.
Yes, the Trapper Keeper. Trapper Keeper in a windbreaker.
I wonder it didn't have a picture of a Lamborghini on it, because that was my Trapper Keepers. I had that one there.
And all white.
Sun Chaser. This is fun. Love that yellow color on this, by the way.
Of course you do. Ooh, it's kind of glittery.
Mm-hmm.
I could get behind a glittery yellow.
What's funny is
that says light-weighted 4x4. So does that mean we're not going anywhere crazy with it?
I like that one.
Here's the one me and Mark I think would like. This is a two-door, which
that's
fits
the Honcho
Mark's.
too.
Yeah. And this is definitely, this reminds me of the company that was building these at one point. I think it was AEV was building these, the Brutes that you could get. But I talked in my video today, they could do this. There's nothing stopping Jeep from doing this, because it's a 4-door framing, or I'm assuming, but it looks like it's 4-door framing. So like I know Nissan used to do with the Xteras, it was just the truck frame they put a body on. So you could do a long bed on this, would be a really fun vehicle. What do you think of this, Kelly?
Yeah, so I can definitely see it being an easy transition, because we've seen aftermarket companies actually have convertible kits for Wranglers. So I can see where this would be a pretty easy process to do. I wonder on the Honcho if they're thinking about rebranding the Gladiator to a Honcho, because if you see the 4-door Honcho, that is the the sunset one, and then you've got a 2-door Honcho. I wonder.
That's a lot of Honcho.
I know. I don't know. So this is more of a flashback to me too, because this looks back to time gone by as well. Like there's really a retro feel to the whole fleet.
Yeah, I agree.
Well, the people at SEMA, the Toyota booth, would probably be pissed off, because this looks like the Surf edition a little bit. Reminds me of the way these stripes and stuff.
Oh yeah, the Toyota Surf.
The 70s kind of roll bars in the back. That's fun. The pod lights actually don't look too bad up there. I'm down for a 2-door like this, and I said in my video, if Ford did a Bronco version of this, I'm into that. Like, it would be fun to have removable roof and all that. But I think on something like this, you make it a hardtop. It's a solid roof truck, and you do like what the Avalanche used to do with GM. You could pull the window out and put it behind the seats or whatever. You could do some open air stuff with this, with it being a nice hardtop,
full enclosure.
And you could probably still, you can tell it's got the Freedom panels.
I was gonna say that definitely has the Freedom panels. It looks like it's actually like the Gladiator, where you can take it all off.
Yeah, I'm sure you can, but I think there's a good way that you could do this build, and that I like this.
And I'm sure you like the bronze wheels too.
Not with white necessarily.
Really?
Not with this one. I've been trying to get Kelly to let me buy bronze wheels for the Raptor, but she said no.
Bronze, really?
Yeah.
No. We're with
Thank
Kelly.
you. Thank you, B team. Thank you.
And that was B team, everybody.
Good day.
Jess, where are you at with something? Because you're a 4-door girl. You like your 4-door Broncos. You're got an Explorer, it's 4 doors. Are 4 doors always required for fun?
No, I mean, you can have fun and whatever you I actually when you first pulled up this video and I saw this honcho sitting in the background, I was like, what is that? Because it gives me like super desert runner vibes, right?
Mm-hmm.
You got the, the roll bar in the back or rally, whatever it's called. And it's like I would hop in that and hit the trail any day.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't even need a truck to do truck stuff. It's a tiny bed, but like that's super cool.
You've got the off-road vehicle, you got the kind of soccer mom vehicle. You need the complete truck. You need to add to your collection. You need a truck for you.
But have you wheeled a truck, Jess?
I have not. No. What?
I hate wheeling trucks.
Oh, boo.
They're unreliable.
Wait,
not like
Raptor. No, I didn't.
You need to reword that.
So I was getting there. Not unreliable as in like get on and off the trail, but they are how do I put it? It's tough to judge when you're off-roading when the back end is going to sway. So think of like ice on the road and things like that during the winter. You're worried about that bed like flipping around a little bit on icy, slippery roads. So it's kind of the same concept when you're off-roading. And I hated wheeling a truck because of that, because at least in our Broncos, you feel like that your back end is going to slide just the right amount to in that pocket if you need it to. But in a truck, there's no weight there, so it's going to slide a little bit more or things like that. So it fishtailed a whole lot more on the trails than what I liked.
But
he loved wheeling a truck.
I love wheeling trucks.
But with this, like, you have a half of a Jeep and a tiny bed, like that wheelbase is very similar to what we're in now in our 4-door Broncos. Like, you think it would be that much different? Maybe just because there's no weight in the back?
Probably not.
I think it's the weight in the back that's the problem.
I think it's just Kelly.
No, because he had a Frontier and it was the same wheelbase as our Xterra. And it was the same concept. I was fishtailing all over the place.
Look,
and we all know
they had the big tire mounted in the bed when that went by. So
oh yeah, so you're getting some weight there.
Yeah.
Somebody asked if the Sun Chaser going to have a solar on the roof.
You would think
it would make sense.
And there's a few more we're not talking about here. I'm going to bring them up here in just a minute, but I mean, at least they're driving them. I will say this: that is something about Jeep Concepts is they usually are.
Wait, you know which one you don't see them driving? The Convoy.
No, it's in the very.
Where?
It was the last vehicle.
Yeah.
Are you sure?
Save the best for last. See it?
Oh, okay.
Like that looks like a fun safari. Like where are the elephants? Where's the tigers are lying?
Don't turn that tire too much.
I mean, just like what can we mount like a giant thing on the top that does 50 size things?
What, a turret? You want to put a
what?
Turret?
I want to put a gun on top of it.
Please.
Hit the sand. It'll be great.
Yeah, man. Like if they sold something like that, every guy in some third world country would be trying to buy these things. Out of the box terrorist vehicle.
You probably shouldn't say that word. It'd probably get cut off for saying just that word.
Yeah, probably. Let me pull up their website though, and we'll get into this a little bit more. We'll showcase each one. So here is the blueprint. So let me go ahead and just shit on this one real quick.
Wow, nobody wants to see that.
Well, that's what, well, I'm sure Jeep doesn't want it, but all right, there, download. Oh wait, we got awful music with this.
Yeah, you gotta mute it.
Oof.
All right, let's bring this up.
You know, you can just click that speaker all the way to the left and stop. Just so you know.
Don't confuse me right now.
Just for future reference.
Thanks.
You're welcome.
All right. Oh God.
Just press play.
Blue is scary.
I was a little heavy-handed on the powder coat.
Yeah. Now.
Wait, what's the mirror situation? Sorry, I might have skipped ahead.
There was a QR code on it.
No, there's QR codes on all their parts of this. Because they'll be at Easter. They have a booth at Easter Jeep Safari, so you scan it and you can figure out. I doubt you can order it from the code, but like you can at ATN's booth. Just saying at Supercell, you see something on my truck, you can scan it and you could probably purchase it right then using an affiliate link. But probably should review these videos first. But
Yeah, you probably should.
The bumper sits weird. I don't.
Maybe the lights weren't. Maybe you guys were right. Maybe the lights were.
Yeah, but that bracket's wild over that 4x8 plug.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is interesting. Not for me, I think. They'd even put blue on the stupid windshield wipers.
They were replaceable.
Look,
there's a QR code next to it.
Are there really people that go, I have to have Mopar, even windshield wipers?
Have you not seen some of these people, Dave? Absolutely. If it says Mopar, it's got to be on the vehicle. Like, there are people that are die-hard Mopar, like, and they're going to put that giant M on the hood. Like,
honestly, I think it's really fucking smart. Like to do this.
I'm not. I didn't say it was off. I'm just being.
Yes, you did.
It's
Look at
awful
the
as a
screen door.
concept. I do like the screen on it, and I've seen that with some of the other like Bronco. I think I've seen some screen door stuff like that.
But I don't see it as the point. But I don't see it as the point that it was actually. Because I think Mark's right about it. I think Mark's right that they made everything blue that you could replace on it. That's on the vehicle.
I said that from the beginning, Kelly.
No, but I'm saying it's a marketing thing. I think that's super smart.
I see it as a trade show thing. Not you don't call this a here's right, one of our 7 concept vehicles.
Yeah. I think that to that Dave's point, I think that's right. I wouldn't put this in the concept lineup. I would put it over in the booth, you know, in the Mopar booth or something like that, and be like, here it is. Here's the Jeep kitted with absolutely everything Mopar that you can get from the factory. Painted it blue to call it out, you know, QR codes take you right to the link, you know, the Mopar accessories like Ford accessories site. You can purchase them today, you know, have it shipped to the house, be there when you get back from Easter Jeep Safari.
Right. And
Mark is right. It's like he's in sales or something.
Right? Oh my God.
No, once again, this isn't a concept because you can literally buy everything about this. So that even in name, it's not a concept.
No, I think they missed the mark calling it a concept vehicle. I know why they did, because they wanted to put it in the batch with everybody else. But it's not a concept. It's just a part showing vehicle.
Right.
It's a catalog.
It is a catalog. It's a modern catalog. So let's pull that out.
Rolling catalog.
I was gonna say, don't leave it on that poor guy's face that long. It was a terrible view that you did of him.
Well, sorry. Now this next one, we're gonna bring up the Sun Chaser, and I had to mention a video that they're definitely Jeep's been paying attention to what's going on. They pay attention to Bronco people. They pay attention to what's going on in 4Runner. They want to adapt new trends. They want to they want to make that money too. And I think with this one here, I'll pull it up, it definitely shows this, because I'm going to let this play for a minute. I want you guys to see if you guys point out what I saw, and those at home will see if they want to play along as well. Now, hopefully there's not some guy walking in the middle of it. I'm sure there is.
There's going to be.
I love the front bumper. I love that hoop.
I thought you were going to talk.
I liked it. How much gel do you think that took?
Bro.
He's got his own front bumper. Great color on that, though. That kind of, it's not like cyber orange. It's a little more yellow.
No, it's pearly.
Yeah. With the black graphics, that looks really cool. Look, they even did Warren in the same color.
He's so touchy.
I know. Quit touching this car, guy.
What are the black things on top of the fender flares?
Venting.
Yeah, when you're in a Jeep, you're going that fast. You need all the airflow you can get.
Right, you get up to like 36 miles an hour. It's wild.
Yeah. Those wheels, I like these wheels quite a bit. I think those are great looking.
I see Bilsteins.
Yeah, you go. Well, those are Jeep Bilsteins, by the way.
I see that. Does it have a QR code too?
No, because this one's an actual concept. It's not a catalog. See, there's the lights. Hopefully they show these lights. These lights in person, guys, are awesome.
Yeah, they're super cool.
Yeah.
They're so much. They're so awesome. If you haven't seen, they have a red 392 that they're showing.
There you go.
Oh,
There you
yeah.
go.
Yeah.
Here it is.
I'm pretty sure we did that same thing when we saw him at SEMA. We're
Yeah,
like,
so-
holy shit!
So I didn't see it tilting, and I'm sitting here holding the camera trying to talk as she's walking around talking with it, and so I didn't get to like. But when I saw they tilted too, I was like, holy hell, that is awesome.
Yeah.
Look at that. Like, and I like this one's hard mounted. Of course, there's some sort of bar that goes across the windshield there, but I'm telling you, man, I think this is coming. I think this is production ready. And nobody cares about the interior. It's just a Rubicon. Fun stitching.
Same
yeah.
uncomfortable chairs.
Yeah. How many cup holders are there?
Oh, look at that bar.
What's this? What's this?
Accessory ready.
Accessory ready bar.
So you know, it has to, like, Jeep loves it, like companies like what is it? What is the 67 Designs that did our mount? I think there's Bullet or something like that too that does some.
That's what I have.
That Ford intended. They offered these spots for them to do these kind of things. You know, Jeep had to be going over there going, GD, this is the simplest shit that we could have done and created even a tighter fan base.
Yeah, but I think Jeep's going to run into the same situation that Ford did. And, you know, we've kind of had some conversations with some folks that said it's accessory ready for you to make your own modifications because they have to pass crash test ratings and crashes. And so that's why they couldn't put it from factory, because it would just take too much more time to do the development and things. So I think, yes, in this concept, Jeep is going to show it, but I think when it comes down to it, I think it's going to be an accessory that people can add at their own risk type situation. I don't think it's going to come from factory this way.
No, but they're paying attention to the market.
Oh, 100%.
And they're sitting there going, oh, we can easily adapt something. And I don't think these are for this generation. I think this is forecasting what's coming is the way I see it. Where are you guys at with this?
I think it's smart. I think they see what Bronco's done. All the companies, you know, be it Bullet Point or 67 Design, or even, you know, the GoPro stuff that everyone's mounting.
Yeah, fuck rails.
Everyone's kind of doing that in the Bronco community, filming all that stuff. And it's a huge win for those companies. So I think it's smart, you know, for Jeep to jump on this and say, hey, we got that too. You know, if this is what you want to do, especially on something like the Sun Chaser. It's obviously kitted out overland, all the racking on the top, all the boxes. They want to, you know, if I'm overlanding, I got to make sure everybody knows I'm an overlander. So I've got a video.
Oh, look, an overland.
Look at all the accessories. You put like 20 GoPros up there, Mark.
You could. I mean,
it's a tug displaying rack. Mobile Moto
mobile.
Honda's gone. I do like the yellow peeking through, kind of the body color peeking through like into the interior. Yeah,
that's fun. Douglas Blair goes, does the windshield even fold down anymore? They still do. Who in their right mind folds these things down? I've seen one or two ever in my life actually running around. You get every bug in your face.
I was gonna say, who wants bugs in your face?
And with this concept, there's no way, because you know the way that light bar is mounted across the front windshield there, it's probably doesn't allow that. But it is kind of fun. But this comment of the night so far, it's a duck displaying rack.
Hey, Ford video guy, welcome in.
Well, we got royalty in the house. Let's get further into this one here. Maybe. Look, it's got doors. You know how I know? He pointed to it.
Oh, yeah. See, the windshield does show that it's supposed to still fold down. Well, you see the brackets.
Yeah. I mean, yeah,
I'm saying
it's
supposed to.
Now, here's something. Let's see if y'all notice this.
Is that storage on the back window?
Is it a gas can? Well, no, it's got to be red for gas.
Storage.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now, this by no means is new.
Ooh, that's like what we saw at SEMA.
The Toyota guys in the 70s, 80s series have been doing some flip ups for this, but it gets better. Let's see if they show a close up on this.
Is that where the bourbon goes?
Look,
Molly,
have we seen this before, or have we seen this before?
I mean, that's exactly what the armadillo gullwing door has. Same molly behind it and everything else.
Yeah. But this means they are definitely paying attention to these trends, man.
Oh yeah.
Now this is a concept and name only, but I thought this was pretty interesting. They got their own molly bags there.
Yep.
Because we know how you ladies like accessories, and they got to be name brand accessories.
We do love bags.
The devil does wear Prada.
I just need conceptual stuff that holds all the shit so it doesn't fly all over the back seat or fly out on the interstate when
you don't lose
driving.
A coat.
Yeah. So you don't lose a rain jacket. Tim says, I'm not in the house, just peeking through the porch window to see what's going on with Jeep.
Still, I thought it was cool.
Yeah.
I think that's fun that they did this. I don't think really, honestly, with this, and there's much more exciting to this.
No solar panels, do I see?
No. Look, there's a big farm jack up there. Can you imagine trying to get that down and
oh, nope, that high lift. No, thank you.
No, busting all front of your teeth out with that. That'd be fun. But I thought that's a good looking now that's a concept to me.
Yeah.
We're showing a few new things on there. And we saw these fender flares on the red one.
Mm-hmm. I was gonna say it was a red one at SEMA, wasn't it?
Yeah. But this is a 4xe, so there's no fun Hemi under
no
that.
Thanks.
But I have to what do y'all give this one out of 10? Score 1 to 10.
What do don't make me score it.
Oof.
4xe takes it down.
Yeah, I don't like the 4xe. But I really like the concept. I like the overall look, and a lot of the function it's showing, and that new light bar kit that they showed at SEMA now are showing on this concept. I would say it's probably a solid 7.
Same.
I wouldn't, if I had the opportunity to have it, I would, but I wouldn't run out and buy it.
Yeah.
Michael Cooper gives it an 8.5. Pretty high.
I would give it a 7 as well. And the reason it brought it down to a 7 for me is because it's a 4xe and that concept just doesn't work for me. And but overall, the overall vehicle of it, if it wasn't a 4xe, I'd probably be 8.5 on it because I like the color concept. It works out well together. I know it's a pearly yellow, so that helps kind of stand out for me. And like you said, Mark, the light bars, that's a game changer for me from a light bar perspective because we've got all this lighting on our vehicles now, and it's not malleable to what we need it to be, except for color sometimes. And so the fact that you can pull this out of you're on a trail, maybe unfortunately you have to change a tire. You've got the ability to kind of flip this out, turn it down to where you need it, and have that ability to do that. And I also like kind of the matte and the some of the bed line is what it kind of looks like on some of it too. Mm-hmm. And honestly, I really like the storage because you don't use that back window anyway. Like you're rarely using it to look out. So that's where I stand on it.
I would love to see that roof concept, the roof bar lights. I think Ford could adapt that easily for Bronco. We've already got 2 mounting points there in the windshield as is. I think that would be an easy way to do it. Now, from what I watched somebody else's video on this today, and they were talking about that is a light supplier company that is not Jeep exclusive, but it's who they use exclusively for some of their lights.
The lights.
Yeah. So I don't know if they have some sort of patent. Nobody else could do that. I don't know. But I would like to see that. But I'm going to give this thing, I'll give it an 8.5. I find it pretty interesting. I think it looks great. It's not a 100% concept, clearly there's a lot of bolt-on stuff to this. I do love, for some reason, I like these silly bars and they don't do anything.
That is odd for you.
I don't know, something about it just flows with the Jeep to me. But I think it looks great. And
how about you, Jess? What do you give it?
Dave just brought my attention to the bumper. Now, we saw it in some of the other concepts in the previous video that you showed, like that the bumper looks like it sits really low and weird.
Mobile was talking about that.
Like it doesn't go. Like we just tacked it on there. But I mean, overall, like the rest of it is really cool. Again, Kelly, we love our storage, so I think that's awesome. But at the end of the day, 4xe is still a Wrangler, right? What? Sorry.
No love for the 4xe. No, I drove one. I'm not impressed with them. And I really think those are holding this company back. I hate to be that way, but really feel like that is hurting sales. People don't want that. You drive it, it's not a fun driving experience. The Turbo 4 and they put in those is a great little engine and it's fun. And it's probably the better engine option than the V6 they have. But it's I don't know, something about it, the regenerative braking. I don't know, something took me when we drove it. I need to drive one again.
I was going to say the one that we drove was an early 4xe, so that's based on our first impressions with the 4xe. So maybe things have changed a bit since we did drive that first 4xe. So to your point, we do need to drive it again to give it a fair shot, but from the first version of the 4xe.
I saw that color.
Oh my gosh.
He's not wrong though. He's
not wrong. I mean, it's DeWalt color through and through. And that's
like the radio, the DeWalt radio they have.
Yeah, I've got it downstairs in the garage. Like it's
right. Mobile. Thanks a lot.
Oh man. Good thing Allie's not here because she would completely just shit on all of it. It's Jeep. Blah.
Yeah, like couldn't
she wouldn't show any love to this stuff. Bless her heart. She's so forward through and through.
She is.
All right.
It.
All right. Now this is the bug out. And get ready to bug out.
I mean, it's great.
I like the topo on the on the
grill.
Yeah.
Just I like that it's just light.
Yeah.
The lights a little bit. You see there.
I didn't even see that.
I would have never thought silver and yellow go together that well, but kind of interesting. But let's hit play here and see what happens.
I like the matte.
Wait, what was that yellow?
The truck?
No. Yeah, what's the on the?
That's a 4xe.
No,
in the back.
Yeah, there.
Well, that's a gas can built into the side.
Oh,
yeah.
It's for bourbon.
That's a bourbon pack.
That's an expensive bourbon.
I need to mount one of those and put it on the side of ours and just call it the bourbon pack.
Right, get a little spout on it.
Don't encourage him, Jess.
And make the spout instead of the gas can deal. Make it like the pour for the bottle pours.
Oh my gosh.
That'd be great.
Yeah, right? Like a big old school like Gatorade cooler, but like a Roto pack.
I can't even with you.
Who do I call? Don't steal my ideas.
Too late, it's out there now.
I love the Jeep throwback on this. The old school.
Yeah, that's fun.
It's not new. You can buy these letters for the Gladiator and have it done. Look, the bumper moto, it's with the body line, so they didn't really screw this up. This one's kind of a throwback to the military is what they're kind of saying about this. Let's see. There's air ride on this, Mark, which is kind of interesting.
Yeah.
Now
the light bar is interesting.
Yeah, I don't get this. This is like a hamburger of you got your meat and here's the buns. I think
it's protecting the lights.
From what?
Yeah, that would be my question. Would be from what? Because it almost looks like a step.
Yeah, it's Good Burger, man.
Maybe it is.
Welcome to Good Burger.
Right.
It's so you can get some really good content in on the front of your Jeep.
Or these lights get so hot that you put your burgers up here on top and it's a grill.
Hey, maybe you can fit a GoPro in on each side of it.
Well, I'm sure you could fit a lot of things in there. But I did. Yeah, I saw that earlier and I didn't understand the idea, but I feel like that's somebody that doesn't off-road. It was like, I know what we can do.
I do appreciate that they put the white walls in on that.
Yes. And what's funny about that? Maybe if we listen to this, he has a reasoning behind it. But everybody that works for
maybe if we listen to it, it would make sense.
We don't need to do no listening.
No, that's for smart people.
Day in my life. But don't need to listen.
Maybe but Jeep they know like this stuff. It's not like they're Nissan throwing something on there going, look, it looks off-roady. So I don't know what that's about. Maybe one day I'll listen to what he says, but not today.
No, you won't.
They love their factory bumper. That's for damn sure.
Their hood's interesting too.
Yeah, I was trying to think about that, Kelly, because it's gloss black in the center, and I don't understand why.
If there's a reason for it.
Yeah.
Now this definitely shows safari vibes, right? Like with that Land Cruiser or Land Discovery.
It reminds me of the two-door Cherokee.
Okay. They call this the high top too, because it's I guess with that the way the top is, it gives you a little bit more headroom. You probably need it.
Of a golf cart.
Yeah. Jesus.
Sorry.
It does.
Hey, but
you pull down the bed and you have like rear golf cart seat. Shit.
Well, and look, it's got a crease there so you can take just the front top out.
Well, you can do that with a normal golf cart. They've upgraded it. These are concepts, damn it. These pillars.
Douglas Blair.
What?
Do you put the charcuterie board up front under the lights?
Oh,
Yeah, and box wine in the roto pack.
I don't. What are these?
Well, if this is a bug out vehicle, you would have, at least in my former line of work, you would have bags and stuff strapped to the sides of this. I mean, if you look at some of the old Safari style, Land Cruiser style, they have soft bags like tied in on the side of the vehicle, so you don't have to get into the bed. So if I was looking to kit this as a bug out vehicle, if that's truly a gas can on the side, that makes a lot of sense. But then those pillars would be where I would mount all my bug out gear.
Mm-hmm. Well, if it's yellow, it's kerosene, right?
No, blue's kerosene, yellow's diesel.
Diesel.
Okay. Oh, it's a 4xe, so there's no fun of that. Yeah, I mean, I like it. I'm kind of having fun with it. I don't dislike these, but it also doesn't. It seems like somebody thought this is what off-road people want. They want scaffolding.
Mobile says the John Hancock Chicago Truss pillars.
Douglas Blair, more bourbon, please.
Always more bourbon.
Let's see what else we got going on here.
I'm trying to figure out what's in the bed.
If you listen to him, he might tell you.
It's an e-bike or something.
Looks like a camera.
Is it a Jeep bike like the Bronco bikes had? Oh, there it is.
There it is.
Scooter.
It's a Jeep scooter.
A Juder?
A Juder. That's it. A Juder. Hey, there's a
scoop.
Molly panel.
There's a Molly panel. There are sleeping bags. Oh, hey, look, Jeep has air vents in the back.
Oh, but are there cup holders?
Not now. There probably were.
They probably cut them out. Either that or they're on the floor like they were in the Gladiator.
But I mean, it's kind of cool, right? So you've got a 2-door and then an open bed. So a lot of people are doing that conversion already on their 2 doors and 4 doors in the Bronco world. Like, we don't need these rear seats. We want a bed, but with a cover on it. So like, that's kind of interesting.
Might be fun to camp out that way. Like with this, like you could, if it rains, you're protected, but
it's like 3.5 feet long. You have to sleep.
Those wheels.
We're too long for that.
So is Dave.
What?
No, I'm not even repeating that. The nastiest Jess has ever been at me.
I didn't. Wait, Mark said it. I didn't say it.
Wait, Mark, what'd you say?
Nope.
I said the bed is 3.5 feet long. And Mark said,
so's Dave.
Yep. I got it.
Yeah.
As soon as I knew the reference, I knew where we were going with it.
I wonder what the big bulge in the hood's though is for.
That's what she said.
That's what she said.
Is that its cup? It's the engine cup.
Why are there those cutouts in the fender flare? Like it's a straight up cutout. Yeah.
Yeah, I wouldn't know. Sometimes concepts, I don't know. I feel like it's people that don't know vehicles that are just like this.
Look at those tie downs for the hood too.
These
like they're like heavy duty.
Oh yeah, that's people do that a lot. It's
lightweighted. See, I'm telling you. There's something.
But so this one has an air suspension, which would be nice. You could raise it up and lower it. I would think ride quality would be pretty good on it. Look at the exposed high powered wires just sticking out there.
Well, it's a 4xe.
Yellow interior, maybe not so much. I love the throwback Jeep letters though. Anything truck wise, they got to do that one.
Oh, look, we can see backstage.
There's a band. All right, guys, let's rate this one here. Let's see if I can pull it up there. So scale 1 to 10, Jess, where you got on this one?
I mean, from the front and side, I'm at a solid 8. But once we roll around to the back and it gets all golf carty, stuff gets wild.
Shit gets wild on it. So where are we taking it down to? What does that take it down to?
We'll go with 7. That sounds like a good average.
It's like a PR. You're like a PR nightmare of like middle ground over there.
Sort of. But the other thing that is really weird to me on this is like the total mix of finishes. So you have like a matte finish on the paint and gloss black on the hood and the weird white roof, and then
4 colors.
matte black on the bumpers. Like I feel like this is confused.
Okay. Kelly, where you at with it?
It sold me at first with the topo on the front and on the hood because I really thought that we were going to get a whole very interesting, like, off-roady kind of truck to take it out and do all the things with. I like the air suspension ride or the air ride potential of it, but to Jess's point, I think the back end of it, once we get that Jess coined term of the golf cart roof on it, it's kind of where it brings me down as well. But then again, I like the truck bed on it in the back too, so I like how you could utilize it.
You're a mixed bag of, like, I don't want to wheel a truck, but yeah, I like the truck better than this thing.
That's because I feel like this is more of an SUV than a truck.
It really is. Right.
So for me, I think it looks mean from the front end, but I think once we get into the scaffolding in the back, it's a little off to me. It's a little odd. I don't know.
There's no badunkadunk on this one.
I hate to keep throwing a 7 out there, but I'm kind of at a 7 too.
Okay.
I like the color concept though.
Mark, where you got?
Probably a little bit lower. They call this a bug out, and then they've got like an urban electric scooter in the back. So I don't know where you're bugging out to with that.
Bug out that scooter, man.
Standard military.
So I think if they took it more towards, like, to me, this goes remove the scooter, bug out Pacific Northwest, through the forests and stuff like that. But I think the concept's kind of missing a few things. So I would probably be a 5.
Yeah. Yeah, you think bug out maybe like CIA flat black, something that helicopter comes in town at night. You don't think of brightly colored deals. I have to say the name of this is a miss to me. I don't know where. Yeah. Like you, Mark, I don't know where's the bug out of this.
I was thinking bug out as in bug.
And maybe that's it. Maybe I'm just missing it. I'm gonna give this thing a 3.
Whoa.
Yeah,
wow.
It's a mess. It's a mess to me. It's a mess of colors, like you were saying. There's 4 colors out there. This grill thing, I don't know what's going on with these lights.
Leave the charcuterie board alone.
That's the grill, literally. I do like the recovery, the way the recovery hooks are kind of tucked into the frame a little bit, but no, the wheels are too like street. This is too, I don't know what they. I don't know. So
it's a glass menagerie of things.
I think the context of that almost aircraft gray with that yellow is supposed to give you that, not so much Mad Max, but that post-apocalyptic where you've thrown pieces together. I had a yellow Jeep and I put on this new hood and these new side panels. We've got to get out of the area and bug out. That to me really speaks to the open bed concept. So you can throw all of your gear in there. But that's what I think they were trying to go for with the hints of yellow of like the traditional Jeep. And then throwing that military steel silver on top of it, I think they're trying to make it look like you've patched and paneled this thing together.
Yeah. So that one seemed like a mess. I will even say the blue Smurf thing that you so proudly talked about. At least I get what they're doing there. Other than Smurf. The parts bin,
the blueprint.
Yeah, blueprint. At least I get. I get that one more than I got what they were doing here. Now, fan favorite for me. This one, we're gonna bring this one up here. Let's share the screen.
Guesses of what the fan favorite was before he puts it on the screen.
Right. So this is the convoy. From the get-go, I mean, this grill almost looks ready to go. Like it looks. I don't know if maybe they could do a refresh of the Gladiator, real low-hanging fruit, just put a new front clip on it, and boom, we've got the next 5 to 8 years planned for the Gladiator. Because it really does. Let's be honest, even Bronco, Jeep, they don't really need much to modify them. Other people want new sheet metal from time to time. we've got a massive screen in both of them now. You've got the best sound systems they can offer now. Other than like it's a dick measuring contest of which can have bigger tires. Like, what do you do to any of these vehicles? So this one, to me, being completely different looking, I love this. Now, I don't know why they didn't have to put the amber as running light or the.
I think they took some rigid lights and they put them in instead.
No,
of...
you'll be able to see them in a minute. Yeah, no, but they could have put the Jeep normal lights in this. It would have been fine to me. I love there's amber in the way they've integrated them in the bumper looks great. The Warren winch in there. I've always said Jeep does the best factory steel bumper. Like if I bought this bumper with, say we bought a Rubicon, and I got this bumper with it, I would never change it.
No.
There's no reason to. Like it does exactly what it's supposed to. So
and Dave, one thing I now seeing this front end. So underneath the headlights, those little tiny slit amber lights, that is a military throwback. Those are blackout drives. So that is low visibility, lights off, giving you just enough right in front of the tire to see the trail. That is very much a military throwback, which is what this vehicle is kind of fashioned after. But that is a really nice nod to the classic military, and not everybody would understand or see that.
Yeah, I saw them, but I didn't know why.
Yeah. So that just, that attention to detail when you're trying to bring back and pay homage to classic military vehicles of former warfighting times and stuff like that. That's just a really, really cool piece of tech that they're putting in there to kind of bring that and tie it together.
Yeah. So Tim Ford Video Guys asking about this gap. This is the Gladiators and stuff. They used to have a weird bump out here, and that's just that hood's a throwback to that, if that's what you're asking about. What were you saying coming up, Kelly?
No, that was it. It was talking about that bump out where I think it would be. I'm sure there's mesh behind it if it's meant to be that way.
Yeah, definitely some mesh up here. I like the this. Once again, I feel like this is just cut holes for some reason. Is there a V8 under this? That would be my thing. I love the lettering, convoy lettering. I would have done these in black or something though, so it maybe stood out a little more.
Or gray.
Yeah.
Like a darker gray.
Interesting that we've got these mesh doors, and you've got your Mopar mirrors on the side of there. That's kind of fun.
Somebody mentioned it on one of the others. Is like, why won't they put they went this far and still are not putting the mirrors on the A-pillar?
Oh, they're going to. Jeep, I guarantee you the next generation has what Ford did. No ifs, ands, or buts, man. Now, the guys in China that make these little cheap $15 mirrors are going to be pissed off about it because they're like, hey, well, I guess they're about $30 mirrors now. But they're going to be like, we can't.
Whoa, too soon.
We can't sell this stuff anymore. What are you doing? No, to me, I love the big old sexy wheels under this thing.
Tell me how you really feel, buddy.
Big old KM3 tires. Look at that. Big Daddy Purr over here.
Wow, I'm gonna need you to stop.
This is my new screensaver, by the way. A picture of this thing is the screensaver
with the guy in it and everything.
Oh well, yeah, of course. Hey, we're equal opportunity channel here. Whatever floats your boat. There's you can see Baja Designs lights there. Which what? That's sort of like parts bin. Let's just throw something. Hey, we got these lights, these 6-inch lights. Can we just throw them in there? I don't know. It kind of seems cheap to me.
Well, I think about it sometimes. Concepts
really?
are like
how many sometimes?
If you interrupt me, I might lose my train of thought. So stop it. I think sometimes you have to look at concepts as like abstract art. Like they said, hey, give us your wildest idea of what you want to do with this vehicle, but then dial it back a little bit.
Yeah.
So I feel like that's kind of where they went, what can we do with all these parts? Ooh, we could put some lights here. How do we think of it differently? How do we do this, do that?
If you notice all the big tire vehicles, there's no inner liners.
Yeah.
Because they would rip them to shreds.
Yeah, this is the one I told you. Like, look at the tire turn. You're totally going to rub.
Oh, I'm sure these are definitely concepts. So.
Oh, yeah. You hit one bump, you're knocking that bumper right there.
I'd like to drive this thing, though. I'm not going to lie.
It's not going to happen.
I like the little slant on the grill. Like, it's not flat on the front. No, like in the
right here.
front of the
nose.
vehicle.
Yeah, the throwback.
Right. Not even just that opening, like the whole fact that like that
it slants back.
Yeah, in sort of.
Yeah,
Words are hard.
almost like with the Mustang rear lights, how they have like a V shape almost to them. So you're talking about that angle, right, on the front end?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I agree.
Them doors look massive though. There's nothing not factory about it.
Whoa, that's
Whoa! What
where did
happened?
that come from?
Shit!
Yeah, this is.
I don't know how I
They
feel
made
about
the
that.
inside Tiffany blue.
You had me till you lost me on the Tiffany. I'm a girl that likes Tiffany blue, but
Right?
I feel like this was some vehicle they had a different concept. They're like, we can rip that one apart and just who cares about the interior? Just leave it go. They don't need to worry about that.
wow, that's interesting.
Look at that seam gap on the passenger door.
Uh-oh.
Oh yeah,
Ooh.
Well, that's because these are those
canvas.
tube
They're
doors.
canvas, but I mean,
Still,
that's gonna whistle.
yeah.
We got to whistle while you work, man. Come on.
And while you twerk.
Once again, throwback. I really think they keep showing this throwback. They're going to do something with this.
Gladiator ass end.
That's right. She get the curves in all the right places.
Sure.
Interesting taillights.
Well, and I like how it's interesting how everything attaches to the outside. Ooh.
Oh, there we go again.
It's a swimming pool.
It's so like you're cold and you're like, wait, what? What's going on?
From Moab?
Yeah. I was gonna say the framework that holds up the canopy being attached on the outside as opposed to the top rail or the inside of the bed.
Right there. Yep.
Yeah.
Let's see if we get a better.
Yeah, that is interesting.
Like, could you drive with that? I feel like we mentioned a parachute earlier. I'm feeling super parachutey about this.
Yeah.
I don't know at high speeds you'd want to be in this. Maybe. I'm still very high on this thing. I think it looks great. Now the blue I could do without the Tiffany blue.
Yeah, weird.
Well, and I mean, and maybe he explains why they went with the blue color.
Yeah.
If there's some sort of
again.
The dash. I'm not sure.
It looks busy, like the interior. I mean, there's knobs though.
It does look very busy. Like,
Yep. So where are we at with this one, guys?
I would give it a 9. I would drive that any day.
ooh,
Really?
Yeah. And I don't care about the Tiffany blue. Drive it blue. So yeah, no, that whole front end, the nostalgia piece, like that comes straight out of World War II, out of North Africa, 100%. So absolutely, military heritage throwback. I would desert tan that. I wouldn't run it white. Put the old US Jeep star on it, and I would make that as throwback as possible, color scheme and outfit and everything.
I think a khaki on this that flat khaki would look great on this thing.
Yeah.
And every overlander, they all think they're ex-military anyways, and I know some are. I'm not shitting on them, but every overlander I've ever met thinks they're military of some sort because they can put a holster on the side of their belt.
Because they're tactical.
And they've got a beard. Well, they got a beard now. If you got sorry, Mark, I'm not shitting on your beard, buddy, but these guys, if they can, I can't grow facial hair, so I'm shitting on everybody with facial hair.
he's super jelly.
But like you always see the guy, the bearded overlander, he's got the aviators or whatever he's wearing, and they would eat this thing up.
And
Douglas points out it's not a 4xe.
I know, and that's why honestly I'm giving it an 8.5 because it's not a 4xe. The turquoise throws me off. The interior is a little bit throwing me off, so that's why it takes me down a little bit on that. And I'd have to see more of these canvas doors if we really were deciding that this was part of it. I'm sure it would come from factory with hard side doors, if we were to ever see this. But I do like the front end on it. I think it's a good way to kind of give this a little more personality than what the whole Jeep line is doing. So I like that part of it. So that's why mine's an 8.5.
They would love to use the name Cherokee or something, but they've gotten any more such hate about the DEI squad or whatever, the virtue police of can't use the, it's not degrading, but something they could use an old Cherokee name or something like with this. I think it would be great.
Well, Mobile said turquoise is
No,
Native American.
and that's what
hook.
that's kind of what led me to that.
Yeah,
but
I thought it was a call out.
Yeah, they've definitely taken some heat on that. But no, Mark, I'm with you. I'm a 9. Like, you tweak this ever so slightly to make it more like realistic in the real world. No gaps in the doors, no blue. If they offered these doors with that tan, I'm telling you, man, I would buy these in a heartbeat. That dark roof, that dark canvas roof looks great. So yeah, I'm all about this one.
I figured as much. How about you, Jess?
I feel like as is, probably a solid 8, but Mark's already got it modded out to sit in the driveway. So like I can bump it up to 9 for there.
I know. I was already thinking, I was like, dang, this thing isn't even made at home and it's already got plans.
Right?
Oh, yeah, how many of those people buy these? How many of those go right to wherever their 4-wheel parts or whoever?
A lot of Jeep does that anyway.
Oh, yep, 100%. No walkarounds on the other ones?
That
We'll get the honcho here.
Where's Mike Honcho?
We call that a soup kitchen. If you guys get that reference.
Nope.
Mark, do you get that reference?
Soup kitchen? No.
Yeah. In a Prius?
We're a lot younger than you are, Dave.
This is a freaking 10-year-old movie.
Just saying.
It's the other guys, man.
Is it 10 or is it really like 25?
Probably like 25. He just doesn't know math.
Oh my God. The hobos they steal this guy's Prius and have sex in it, and they pick it up. They call it a soup kitchen.
What are you talking about?
Don't ask.
I don't want to know.
Yeah, don't go there.
All right. Show the next Jeep.
Thank you.
It's just as bad.
It's generally not the conversation we're having, and Jess says, "Show the next Jeep."
Right.
Like that tells us a whole lot.
We're really off the rails then.
All right, we got Mike Honcho here. Pretty interesting. I have to say from the get-go, I'm not big on the sunset stuff. The color, this kind of coppery color, red coppery, looks good with it, I think. I think they should have put Mike above Honcho. I think people would have got it. Let's see what we got walking around here.
I don't get your
This is the one with the AEV bumper where they put the lights under it, which I liked.
Yeah,
it's got Dana 60s, if I remember right, under this.
I think that's classic. I think that's literally, if you find an old Jeep Rambler truck, that's the color scheme off of it.
Yeah, and just rip off this part and just call it the hoe.
Wow,
it's my other woman. You pull it in the driveway. It's my other girl. It's my hoe. I will say this. They didn't go crazy with this thing. There's some graphics and stuff. Dana 60s obviously is fun. That's, if you want to go extreme. Now, I will say
that's a little odd.
What?
Yeah.
The reverse?
You go from the outside colors into this navy and butter.
Okay.
Is that navy or black?
Navy and butter.
I mean, that's what it looks like.
The navy.
Not maize and blue, navy and butter.
Sorry, but that was the first color that came to mind. It is maize and blue. You are absolutely correct. It's Michigan colors.
I mean, the Jeeps are made in Ohio, so
remember, I'm chunky. I see butter.
They're barely made in Ohio. Let's be honest.
Yeah, I mean, Toledo's pretty much like Vice Detroit,
right?
Kind of, yeah.
I like those wheels.
I like this. I don't really like the sport bar on it. I could live without that, but I could drive this thing.
Yeah, but that looks way better on the 2-door. Like the 4-door, but you show that 2-door with the blue stripes. Mm-hmm. Yep. Bring it to me.
Yeah, I really think it's navy.
But you know what? I think the bars on the back add to it. I think it would look too squared off. Yeah, I think it would look too squared off and too much like just a regular Gladiator without it. I think that helps because in the 70s, that's what you had. You had those bars on the back.
Yeah.
More like on the other one, on the 2-door Honcho, but almost all of those old trucks like that had that swoop curved roll bars on the back. So I think it really helps differentiate between that and just your standard Gladiator.
Yeah.
I have a question. Do we think those are half doors, or do we think that those are doors like a Bronco?
No, they're half doors. Jeep makes half doors.
I know it makes it, but do we think that that's truly what we're looking at? Because it kind of looks like
Frameless.
Uh-huh.
Nah, I mean, there's the rest of the frame.
Okay.
I mean, you can kind of see it, or where the frame would, I guess, go. I mean, they're frameless in a sense that they're just the bottom halves of the doors.
Right.
Interesting.
Jinx.
Not a ton to really discuss on this one here. It's barely I will say it's barely a concept.
Yeah.
Once again, you put some stickers on something. You put Dana 60s under it with some ugly interior, some color.
See, but I think they missed the mark with the old Jeep script. I think that would have looked a lot better than that.
Yes.
Back.
But you put that ugly Michigan colors
Whoa.
on it, and
Settle down, buddy.
Whew.
but beefy axle there.
Them's fighting words. See, it really looks navy right there.
And butter.
And butter.
Do you think if you sat in those, you'd slip out?
No cream, it's white.
Probably because it's so buttery.
So buttery.
So buttery.
1 to 10. There's, like I said, there's not a ton to talk about this one. 1 to 10, guys. Where you at with them?
Oh, do you
I
want
don't
to
like
go first? No.
I don't like the color concept.
Yeah.
I'm gonna give it a 6.
Definitely air ride. You can see the airbags on this one here. So definitely air ride on it.
Most everyone knows I am super not a Gladiator fan. Like Forder wise, this is gonna be.
I didn't know that, so everybody knows it.
I can't handle the. I
Oh,
can't.
no wonder we weren't friends when we had the Gladiator.
I can't. So like I'm gonna go 2 for the 4-door. But
Woo!
that 4-door, like straight up truck Jeep. I don't know, man. Like it's doing it for me, 100%.
Mm.
What you got, Mark?
I'm probably at a 6 on this. It's a sticker package. It's basically a Gladiator with some updated stuff. So hardly, a full concept. I think there's more work to be done. I like the light bar in the front integrated with the bumper. I do like those wheels. And I'm not opposed to the 70 throwback striping and stuff like that. Obviously you've seen my Ranger, but yeah, I don't think there's enough differentiating between that and a regular Gladiator.
Yeah, I'm gonna give it a 4.
Wow, I gave it a better score than you did.
Yeah. I just don't feel like it's done. Look, there's slots back here for like they were gonna mount something to the side of it, and they just maybe forgot or forgot.
I think
to
it's
put it
accessory ready.
On.
Oh,
I
that's a
don't like-
Bronco thing.
I don't like these sport bars anyways that go. I like the old 70s where you had the post here and it just came down straight down to the bed. I don't get why we ever need these. Well, it's for strapping something down. Nobody's using this as is anyways. But yeah, no, it's not for me. No, I'm good on that one there.
Dang.
I know.
Jeep's not
What a
going to send us
shocker.
any more vehicles.
That's it happened anyway.
I guess they're not going
Right.
to send me anything for a ride in Arizona coming up.
Mobile brown classic 70s brown is amazing.
Mobile, for the record, my first car that I got in 1996 was a 1978 Ford LTD. It was about 14 and a half feet long.
I bet it was.
Shit brown. And I rocked it all through high school. It was great.
How many people could you sneak in a drive-in theater with that?
I think the max number of people I got in it, and this is not in the trunk, just in the front and back seat, was 8.
Wow.
And it was considered a coupe because it was a 2-door.
Yeah, I love those old 2-door. Yeah, like really, you're calling this? Yeah.
I mean, it was one of the best cars that a teenage girl and whose birthday was in February could get in Michigan because it was a tank.
I called those shaggin' wagons. back in my
Whoa.
day.
Yeah, no, no.
Just remember, you have a 14-year-old daughter that's about to be 15.
We can't discuss that.
Just saying.
Oh, yeah,
All right.
talk to me about this.
Yeah, so here's Jess's favorite. The Honcho.
I don't know why I like
two-door
it so
Honcho.
much.
Put those white walls in.
Oh,
Nah,
yeah.
not with this one.
I hate white
No,
walls.
I'm with Dave. I'd have the white out.
Not me.
I don't like white walls in general. Yeah, why did they put this on this one?
But
Yeah.
not on the other one.
I just feel like they ran out of time or something. Looks good. I like that a lot. This caught my eye earlier today. I love the kind of like Oh, let's put some bed lights in there. That's kind of fun. Chase lights or whatever you want to call those.
Yeah.
What does that remind me of?
Mad Max.
It's not Mad Max. It's something else.
No, it's a classic desert runner setup.
Yeah.
Maybe that's what it is.
Mike Honcho.
Right.
This was a fun little touch, the J6, because that's the body code for the trucks back in the 70s. So your Jeep people will know that. 52 Designs, market your wheels. It's your wheel company.
1552s. I mean, they're great wheels. I'm not opposed to that bronze color on, with that white and blue.
Not
I
with the
think
black though.
Whoa.
And I also think, and I know Kelly doesn't like it, but I think it looks smart with the white out on it. So,
Yeah. I'm used to it.
Let's go back just. Where's the sandwich for the lights?
It's the charcuterie board.
This one you don't have time for snacks in. You're just going.
So when you're on the
that's
trail,
it.
when you're on the trail, you're like, hey, let's pull over for lunch. Oh, here, just put your food up here.
but again, it's not a 4xe. So,
Yes.
Yeah.
I think last year's they were all 4x's, if I remember right, except the Gladiators. And I really think that they've learned 4B doesn't necessarily work for them. But no, look, this is what this truck right here is made for. What you see right there. Now,
Yeah.
could you go rock crawl with it? Of course you could. But I think having a pickup like this, you throw your guns or whatever in the back, you go out to the desert to go, target shoot or whatever. This reminds me of the 70s, 80s right here. No doubt about this.
yep.
It's totally.
It reminds me of Twister. That's what
Oh
it is.
yeah, good call.
That's it.
It's not yellow.
It doesn't matter. That's what it reminds me of.
I feel like they were in like a 1500 though. In
No,
Twister.
well, they were in a Ram at one point, but no, they were in that old
the
Jeep.
Comanche.
Comanche. Was that a Comanche? I can't remember what they called those.
Oh yeah, this in the desert is like perfect.
Yeah, and but really, there's not a ton to this, other than it's a 2-door. Like they didn't go out of their way to make it really nuts looking.
How do I get that job to just drive cars in the desert?
Well, you go to college for about 10 years.
Already did.
You settle in life, and then you go.
Already did.
Wow, wow!
You opened the
man.
door on that one.
I did. I gave you a softball there.
What's going on in the rear bumper? Is it like red? There was like red and blue. I don't know. Maybe I'm.
Oh,
Red,
it's like
white,
a red,
blue.
white, and blue.
So it's kind of a throwback to those are probably reflectors, but it could be like a throwback to the Pacer days, the AMC Jeep days. Could be.
Ooh, do you notice that there is a tail light above the handle?
There's always ours had a tail light above the handle.
Did it?
Sure. You remember we had a Gladiator once?
I do.
So long ago.
It was before the Bronco.
Before Jess. We wouldn't have had one if Jess was
It
around.
was before Rebecca. We wouldn't have had Jess if she knew we had a Gladiator.
Yeah.
No, I mean,
So
I
I'm
don't
gonna
hold it against you, but
Jess, I'm gonna start with you because you seem to be high on this one. Where are you at with
You
this
just
one?
said hi on this one.
I kind of am. I'm like super stoked about it. I don't know. It's like straight up like that's your kind of small to mid-sized truck, right? Like it doesn't read Wrangler to me. It doesn't say Gladiator. Like that's your let's go hit the sand and go do some dumb shit in our cool Jeep truck. And I think the striping is cool and the lighting they have on it. Like, yeah, I'm gonna give it a solid 9.5.
Dang, you and Michael Cooper.
Agree with Michael Cooper on this one.
Coming in strong, man.
Yeah, I would put that in my driveway, and there's not really space for anything in the driveway.
There is not.
No, I've seen your driveway. There's still plenty of room. You guys got a couple more car spots in there.
Yeah, I mean, we squeezed a Raptor in there the other day.
Rob Hallmark says this is the best of the bunch.
Agreed, Rob.
So, but could you imagine? To me, they put the old style Gladiator front end on this one that we saw in the bug out.
Yeah.
Convoy concept.
Dave. Whoo.
Yeah, that would be fun on this one. Now I think maybe that narrow front end probably works a little better with this one because it's a shorter, smaller vehicle, maybe. But yeah, I'm digging this pretty good. What do you think, Kelly?
Oh, I knew you were gonna come to me.
Well, that's part of the show.
I don't know, because the problem is that I think of this as like, how could I use it in my daily life? And this isn't really one of those daily life vehicles. So for
Why
me,
not?
this is a
Why-
toy.
You and Sydney, you could take her to school in this.
I mean,
Yeah,
you
but
can
nobody
still
else will
fill
fit.
the bed with mulch. It'll be
Yeah.
fine. It's still a truck.
Because that would be all it would be good for. Like it wouldn't be road tripper. It wouldn't be any of those things. For one, we know the damn thing is going to drive like a freaking boat
There's that.
down the road from a straight axle perspective.
Have you ever driven a boat down the road?
No, but I'm anticipating how it would feel by driving the Gladiator. So I don't know. I'd like the shorter wheelbase because I do appreciate that it wouldn't be as long feeling from the perspective of maybe it wouldn't sway as much.
Or it might sway more.
It might, but I feel like it'd be more go-karty because it's a shorter wheelbase. I like the color concept. I do like that it's got the Twister throwback for me because that's like one of my favorite movies. So it kind of stands out to that. The bumper's actually done well. I don't care for the white on it. I would like to see it probably all black on it, I think.
I don't know about that white caps on that.
I think I would rather it have a solid light bar on it versus the 4 lights on it too. I don't like the extra 2 little like loops on the side. I like 1 solid loop if I'm gonna have it, maybe a little shorter. I don't know.
You're critical of this one.
I
Yeah,
know
she's
because
picking it apart.
it's because I'm really struggling with. I don't want to rate it low because I don't think it deserves it, but at the same point, like for me in life, and of course, you all know I don't like the white wall out.
We've heard repeatedly.
I don't know. Like, I guess I'm at an 8 on it.
All that hate on it, and then she gets an 8.
This is why. See, this is why I didn't want to give you an answer, is because I knew you were going to hate on my answer, regardless of what I said.
I'm not hating on your answer. I'm just pointing out that like you were pretty critical of it, and then you give it a pretty high score.
It's because I can't see it in my life.
Okay. Well,
but the concept of it in general is not terrible. That's why it gets an 8.
Okay. Fair. Yeah, I'm going to give it probably a 7.5.
What?
I think I like it. No, my score.
All right, am I in the Twilight Zone?
My score is my score. Where's your score?
Yeah, but you were sitting here loving on it.
Let me finish.
Oh,
I do love on this thing. I think it's fun. I think having a removable roof 2-door would be very attractive. I feel like this is something you could put in your driveway or in your garage. Use it in the summertime when you're done with it. Maybe you need to pull it out every once in a while in the winter. You pull it out.
So
I think 2-door pickup trucks are coming back. I really do. I think people want more intimacy in their vehicles, less family. I think because you look at the modern family, they're not having kids anymore. Kids are our son's generation. They don't want kids. They have no need for such a big vehicle. So
our daughter doesn't either.
I think a vehicle like this is pointing to the future of what might be popular down the road. You know, when I was a kid, everybody wanted a 2-door coupe. We didn't. If you had a 4-door car, you were lame. That was grandma's car. You did not want that. For some reason, practicalities went out, and now everything's a 4-door, which I don't argue with. But if I were a young person, say 25, going for my first fun vehicle, this would be pretty appealing to me. If I'm an off-roader, plus I need to, you know, I don't like the stripes. I'll be honest. The stripes do nothing.
You don't? I'm surprised.
No, they look good with it, but it just doesn't do anything for me. But no, I think this is I think it's a good looking concept. You're right about the bumper, the white. Just do it like that. Who is at the design studio? They got their Picasso thumb out there going, white on the caps of the bumper. That's done. We did it. we just people are gonna flip out about it. Mark, where are you at with this one?
I'm at a 9. I like it.
Dang.
I would probably give up one of my vehicles currently to get that. So,
wow.
Yeah.
Jess is like, whoa.
Right?
You know, I like the concept. I like the look. You know, I like the 2-door. The fact that the short wheelbase and everything else. I'd 100% run that. Whether you're running desert trails or forest trails. I don't, like you guys pointed out, I don't think it's a heavy rock crawler. I wouldn't be, running out to take it to Moab to run through Hell's Gate, but Yeah, I would definitely run that. Ticks all the boxes. So,
And Dave, I think you're right about the 4-door truck, the 2-door truck coming back, because that was one of the things we talked about over the last year, when you got the Ranger Raptor and then Mark got a Ranger. Like, my big beef with that Ranger is that there's not a 2-door Ranger. Like, for me personally, I have a people car. I have a Ford Explorer. Fits all the people. It's got 3 rows. If I want a truck, I wanted to do truck stuff. I don't need it to haul people. Now, mind you, we did load up the Ranger with like $200 worth of groceries this morning, which was great because it all fit right in the back seat. But
Was that like a gallon of milk?
Yeah, we got 2 cartons of eggs, milk, and some pickles.
You guys better not.
Why'd you get eggs? You have chickens.
We didn't buy eggs. We have so many eggs. It's wild.
I was gonna say,
but I think that's what makes this the 2-door Honcho really attractive to me, because it's a truck. Even it's got a tiny bed. You're not going to do crazy truck stuff and haul insane amounts of 2x4s or something. But like, yeah, it's good. It's not a sedan with a bed on it.
Yeah, you look at couples like you, like the Ford Ranger's overkill as far as space in the interior. I mean, I guess you put groceries in there if you want to, but you're not hauling all the neighbors around or anything. So yeah, there's definitely I really do think the 2-door truck's coming back. I've always, as a kid, I loved the 2-door truck way over when they were doing the crew cabs and all that stuff. So I think it's a good looking concept.
But you only gave it a 7.
Well, there's a couple things I could tweak about it. Jeez.
Okay.
Crapping them on my views.
It's because you loved the thing.
I didn't say it was awful. Did I? Are we doing Marital Nation right now?
Yep.
Every time.
Are we in a fight?
Who needs therapy?
Did we just become best friends?
Yep. Yeah, but like the opposite.
Uh-huh.
It's all right. The making up's the best part of fighting.
Oh, really?
Sometimes. Wow. All right. One more here. One more to tear up.
Why'd you end on this one?
Well, because it's the most fun one. The rewind, because we got to rewind this bastard. The Trapper Keeper.
I hate the wheels. I hate the wheels because you know what they remind me of?
What?
The Alfa Romeo.
Yeah, definitely. And
I don't think they work on an old Jeep.
Andy Ackerman coming in with the $1.99. A strong suggestion that I'm Jesus.
No, that's not at all. He's yelling at you for your wife.
I mean, I will say this is interesting. Look at it. Look, they put the stripes on.
I know.
And then went, oh shit, we got to put rewind.
I just saw that too.
You would have thought a company like Jeep could have. Hey, can we all cut this all at once? Interesting. And only people like us are going to notice that stuff.
That's why they don't care that much.
The purple. Where are you guys at with this purple?
Purple is the nail polish.
I mean, I kind of love purple, but I wouldn't put it on a vehicle like that.
No, same.
I mean, they've done these in the past. This isn't a new color for Jeep. They've done purple Jeeps. I think they call them the purple Peter Eaters, but interesting. Look, AEV wants to get did AEV say, hey, we need all of our parts on your builds, please, this year? We need them all on there.
Well, I mean, they seem to be the ones that are going on manufacturers' vehicles these days because it was on the GMC.
Yeah.
Holy
cow!
The geometric body glove design seats.
I mean,
I need some lime green body glove on there, and I'd be perfectly set.
That's a lot.
No, Kelly said.
Was their logo a handprint or something like that?
Yes.
Yeah.
No. Oh Jesus! How old are you guys?
Old.
Old.
Yeah. And they didn't even commit all the way with the armrest.
No, because they realized it would be too fucking much.
I think
but look at the top of the armrest.
That's
the dash. That's straight a Trapper Keeper. Like that is the design of my 7th grade Trapper Keeper.
Your 7th grade Trapper Keeper.
Yeah.
Well, we didn't have the one with the horses.
No.
Bad sweaters Bad sweater seats. We'll
Yeah.
call this the Bill Cosby. He'll keep you up. Well, no, it'll put you down at night.
Whoa.
But like Kelly, you said it earlier when we looked at it the first time. Like it's totally. I feel like we just peeled this out of, plastic clamshell packaging, and it's Malibu Barbie.
Uh-huh.
And like original Malibu Barbie.
Oh
Back
my
in
God.
The 80s.
Whoa!
What?
They got an Urkel.
Why is there Urkel? What is happening?
Oh, Urkel.
Oh, it gets better.
That's what happens when you flip your Jeep over. And then you go, did I do that?
Whoa, really? I bet it lights up.
That's kind of fun. That's kind of fun.
Oh,
Alf.
Wow.
they really did. They took it all there.
Yeah. They literally.
I told you guys about the cats.
Right?
Cats. Do we get like Jeep leg warmers when we get this one? Are they
Yes.
in the glove box?
And the VHS cassette.
You get like 3 sets of it. You get the purple, the bright pink, and the
Big, like,
turquoise.
Banana clips for our hair.
And you get to decide which ones you want to mix and match.
Look at that hood.
It also comes with matching bodysuits too.
jelly shoes.
Yep.
Oh, we just
I
continued.
feel like Holding Out for a Hero should be playing right now. I need a hero.
And a lot of this.
Yes. Yes. Oh man, what was
I can't with that dash.
What was Ted Turner's ex-wife? She was doing jazzercise or whatever.
That's what I'm saying. That's why I said the body.
Summers.
No.
Olivia Newton-John?
No, Jane Fonda. The
Yeah.
Jane Fonda workout.
Yeah, the jazzercising.
Yeah.
So they had stretch pants, tights on, and thong bodysuits. And
I wasn't opposed to that. Y'all probably don't remember, but I remember being a young pubescent boy. Like I remember early shows. They used to have these on ESPN. They had these little girls doing the jazzercises in the morning, and I remember being a little boy, like the fake thong or whatever. You just being like, "Oh my god, what am I looking at?" Like, yeah, it was crazy.
I mean, for the record, I was never a pubescent boy.
Well, that's good
Same.
to know.
I
Same.
mean, it's cool if somebody else was. He probably was.
At some point, probably.
that dash, man, like
What? So you got these weird stripy things going on. Then you got suddenly Van Halen, a 1984 album up here. I don't get it.
I'm hot for teacher.
whoa, pause. Is that a freaking car phone?
What?
Holy shit. I think here. Hold on.
That is a
No
car
way.
phone.
Hold on. Let me see if I can screen capture this. I think you're right. I think that is it.
Like in the giant case with like the huge phone.
Inquiring minds want to know. It won't let me zoom in.
Control zoom in or control roll.
What? Control?
Control and then roll your mouse in. Oh,
Slowly.
you marked over it. Sorry. Give us a
I
second.
didn't
guys.
mark over it. Mark's over there. Why is it pinning me?
Okay.
All right, Mama. Hold on. They can't see this right now. There is a old 80s cell phone in this.
Why?
I don't know.
Because you're rewinding the nostalgia.
I do need a hero.
Absolutely mobile. Enhance. Enhance.
Why is the bastard not doing what we asked? Hold on a minute. Just we gotta share that. There we go. We gotta share this. The inquiring minds want. This is the funniest thing. I'm glad you caught that because I would have never noticed this. I feel like we're at the Wolf of Wall Street all of a sudden.
I feel like we're not centered on our backdrop.
There's
Oh,
there's your cell phone.
Yeah, I see 100%.
Wow.
They got a Tandy 1000 in this bastard too. Like it didn't
Is
need
that a
that.
foot?
I don't know what that is, but it did not need that. People got it without the
is it
cell
really
phone.
in there or is it just like for show?
Well,
For show.
I don't think any Gen 1 cell phones are working anymore.
I mean,
It would be cool if it had like a different function though, like
People
you know,
still have bag phones. Maybe that's the CB. That would be cool.
GMRS.
Yeah,
Right?
GMRS.
No. This is just
Dial in your stuff.
It's some prop that they put in there, man.
Mobile. It's a manual transition. That's how you shift.
Not for everybody. All right, back to the comedy. So yeah, so please be kind, rewind. And look, it's just trying to get out. Even it knows I'm done. I gotta get out of here. People, it's back. Look at the bronze in the grill. Did it need that?
Yes, because it had to pay homage to the wheels.
Okay. Yeah, I can see that pulling together.
It's throwing 80s style dirt too.
It's throwing shade at us.
Kelly.
Look, it looks like the lines on the Jeep.
Poor Jeep.
80s style
There's
dirt.
some guy like, hey, did you scan the latest pages to see what people were talking about? What did they say about the rewind? This one channel just kept shitting and shitting on this poor bastard.
And they found our car phone.
Yeah.
The only outlets that found the car phone.
Car phone and Urkel. All right, guys.
Urkel was pretty easy to find.
Well, I would hope so. It was right there. Kelly, 1 to 10.
Is that a hand wave on the windshield in the rewind colors?
There's something on the windshield, definitely.
Schmutz.
We already went through that catastrophe.
Sorry.
That makes for great radio.
Yeah.
Kelly, 1 to 10.
I'm gonna give it a 4.
A 4.
Yeah.
What brought it down for you?
The
cell phone?
the whole concept of it is just kind of silly to me. I mean, I get the point that they're kind of trying to throw back, but I don't know.
Do you think they found
it's just too much for me.
Where do you think they found that cell phone at? Some garbage can?
No, no, somebody carved it out of clay and put it in there. Their prop department made it.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness.
Mark, where are you at with this one, man?
I'm at a 2. It's just a full-blown sticker package. There's nothing unique to it. There's, they threw a different set of wheels on it, and then let the 80s throw up on it. So
I just feel like this was some Gen Zer that thought this is what the 80s were.
Oh, 100%.
Boom.
But wasn't it?
Kind of. Maybe we spread out the
You were in the
decade.
80s longer than I was, Dave.
We spread that decade out a little further.
Not really. I mean,
really, this is early 90s is what this is. I would say.
I only missed like 1 month of the 80s.
Okay, old lady. Jeez.
Hey, now.
Hey, you're a rock star.
I missed a year and 11 months of the 80s.
Oh, such a baby.
I know it.
That's my kitten.
Wait, I'm a kitten tonight?
Oh, purr.
He told me I'm too old to be a kitten now.
I agree on the rewind version. So I'm going to split the difference and go with a 3. It's a Wrangler with silly stuff on it.
It needs a widow watta.
Oh,
I don't even think that could save it at this point.
Dang. Did I hit everybody so far with me?
Yep.
I'm giving this one a 1.
Wow.
This is just
brutal.
Yeah.
I'd be curious to know what Sydney would give it.
No, Sydney would give it like a -4.
Talking
about brutal.
20.
I don't know. She might not.
I need a Ninja Turtle sitting in the seat of this thing. Is what I need.
Let me see.
And a pizza.
Sydney up here. No, but I mean, it's like you were saying. There's just bolt-on wheels, stickers. I mean, like, let's put an 80s phone in it, because I will say this: in the early 80s or 90s, they weren't using those car phones like that anymore. They were obsolete by then. So that's not even somebody that knew the time period correctly. The bumpers, it's just factory parts. KC lights. We put KC lights on it, thinking, oh, well, that's a major throwback. Yeah, I mean, it looks like if this was just a normal Jeep, like say it was a blue, black, or green Jeep, something like that, you'd go, I've seen this one drive down the road 50 times by 5 different people. There's nothing really special about it. Did she answer you?
Hold on.
I think even with the paint color with the purple and the graphics package on it, like that's kind of fun, right?
Mhm.
But like if all that other silly stuff comes on it, like the Urkel sticker and the phone, like that's silly. And it just kind of drops it down for me. Like someone's trying too hard.
It's a wonder they didn't put the TGIF on it sticker.
Oh my gosh, TGIF.
You know, the ABC Friday night.
No, I know exactly
shows?
would.
Yeah.
That was Urkel, I think, was on TGIF.
Family Matters.
The dinosaurs.
Oh,
Ugh,
the
not the
dinosaurs
mammoth.
was only on for 2 seasons.
Is that all it was? Really?
You know they're bringing
Yeah.
that back, right?
No.
Yeah,
No,
I
they
think
kept
Netflix,
trying. Is it happening? I feel like
I heard Netflix or one of them channels have the rights to it.
Oh,
But they end the second season, it ends with the Big Bang. What are the comet coming down at the end? I don't know how we recover from that one, but maybe they mutate. I don't know. So there's some concepts. Our daughter's she
fell asleep.
Yeah, which is probably need to be.
Yeah.
Yeah, I would just to wrap this up for me, I would like to see more from Jeep. I just don't feel like that was like the trucks were cool. Past that, I don't see any excitement for that.
It seemed like a lot of accessories. Like there wasn't anything kind of forward on the actual vehicle side, you know, a few things that we all kind of liked and agreed on, but the rest of that, it was kind of add-ons and extras like, well, we put a different bumper on it this year. Cool.
Yeah. Well, you know, they're at the end of the life cycle. 2018 is when this Wrangler came out. It's at the well past the end of its life cycle. Usually Jeep gets about 10 years out of each one. So we're definitely coming up on seeing some sort of concept of what the next one's going to look like. Do they want to show a lot? Probably not. But I feel like they're giving us hints of where the Gladiator might go, Wrangler might go. I don't know. I mean, Easter Jeep Safari in my mind that's the mecca of really off-roading like events. Like I've read magazines from kid on, you hearing about like this is it. Jeep's always supported it, and they've always, for the past, I know, a good 12 15 years since I've been covering the industry, they've been strong at it. Like they've brought a lot of strong concepts and stuff, and this is the weakest one I can remember in a while.
Yeah, I would agree.
But you know, live and learn. I'm sure they took feedback from this, so they will tomorrow. I think they're going to be on display in Moab starting tomorrow throughout the week. You'll see a bunch of videos pop up on this on YouTube's. You know, the typical Jeep people will praise it. You know, I think if people could talk like we do, they would be like, it's a little of nothing. But I still am happy that they're doing it. I don't see Ford doing anything fun like this right now. So, you know, what was the last concept we got from Ford? Probably the launch. I'm assuming when we had the weird tube door deal, and so I can't think of that. Toyota doesn't really do anything fun. FJ Summit, they used to kind of do some things there, but nothing crazy. Toyota doesn't have a really good event anymore. So kind of like Jeeps are our standard, our benchmark, plus really the only thing for this. Now we do have Supercell coming up. I know Ford will not have a presence there, which I think is a shame. Personally, I really do. And we talked to the lead designer of the Bronco, and he's like, it's just there's no return on investment for us right now. So what state the industry's in. Did you have something?
I was shutting you up.
Jeez, man. Pimp slapped me over there.
I tried, but you don't listen.
I know. Mark, where if the new I mean, I've known you for a while, but I've never heard you really talk fondly of Jeep. Not that you shit on them or anything. What would Jeep have to do to win you over as a customer? Because you've been pretty Ford loyal. I've
bring out the honcho, the 2-door. He just said it.
I mean, but I haven't. The honcho is the first thing that's really wowed me as far as Jeep. I mean, I've never owned Jeep personally. I come from a Ford family. I have an uncle that worked for Ford Truck Division for 40 years. So that's kind of where my family's already run. And so what I was familiar, and you always go to what you're familiar with.
Yeah.
You know, I've seen Jeeps, I've ridden Jeeps, I've driven around in a Jeep before. But a Jeep has always just been like a Jeep. Like, sure, they make advancements and they change things and stuff like that, but at the end of the day, it's still solid axle Jeep with uncomfortable seats that, you know, shakes like hell going down the interstate. So
People love them.
I know, and
Yeah.
you've got your
That's
diehards
how-
that, you know, have owned Jeeps their entire life and will never own anything but Jeeps. And you've got same things on Broncos, and you've got the same things with, you know, Tacomas or Forerunners. You've got those brand loyals that will die on the sword. I think the Honcho, the two-door, is a really unique concept. And if Ford was to do the same thing with the Bronco, I would be in the same boat. I'd, you know, trade in what I had and get that. I like that retro stylistic look. You know, and people will eventually see what I'm doing with the Ranger on Instagram and stuff like that. And that's kind of the feel and the look that I'm going for. But yeah, I think something like that is new, different, that is new technology and older looks and concepts. You know, that I think that's, you know, it speaks to the generation that we're in and where it's going.
Yeah.
So bring out something new that shakes up the industry. It's one of the reasons I got a Bronco. Like, hadn't seen that released in forever, came back and it turned the off-road industry on its head. And Jeep's trying to capture that same nostalgia. And if they do it, I'm all for it and I'll try it out.
Well, and you can see that in your modifications, Mark, is that you don't go necessarily with like the thing that's been out there forever, like on your truck and on your Bronco and things like that. Like, you're looking at something that shakes up, that makes sense, that's usable for you, or what makes sense to you too. So I can definitely see where you're saying that from that perspective. Is like, shake it up, let's have a different look at it, and let's do it a little differently and kind of choose it from that perspective.
Yeah. So as we wrap this one up, we will be at Expo. What is it? Expo West? I forget what they call this one now. Mark and them booked their flights today and said, Dave, if you're not on the train, you will.
Mark and them.
Mark and them.
Mark and Jess.
That's because he's
they, them. I don't know.
He's already in bed at this point in his brain.
My battery is.
Mark and Jess booked their flights this morning.
Okay, yes. We all
and then I booked Dave's after that.
Yeah, my shipping department. Hopefully, I'm just hoping that I'm sealed and ready to go, so nothing flies out on the plane.
Screw you! I do it one package. I forget to close it one package.
I'm a pretty important package, Kelly.
You're not the package I'm talking about.
You leave my package out of this. But we will be at Expo West in May. What, a week and a half, Supercell, something like that. I'm so ready for this.
9 days.
Yeah, so ready for this.
Oh my gosh, 9 days.
We've got our Bronco Raptor will be out there. Jess and Mark's Broncos will be out there. Just seeing the carbonite, or not carbonized gray, the cactus gray in flat is going to be fun. I've already talked to IAG about installing a few things on ours, so look for more modifications. Oh, we have something new from Novasite coming, Mark.
Can't wait.
Yeah, I bet you can, because you're gonna have to help me install it. This is probably going to be an install at the event kind of thing, so it's going to be
that fast.
Yeah, a lot of fun. So you're going to see some more lights and fun on it. We got some wheels and tires that we really haven't talked about. We partnered with Kumo Tires. They sent us out some of their MT71s and said, "Hey, give these a shot." So, and they knew what a BF Goodrich guy I was, and they were like, "We think we might win you over with these tires." And I was like, "I don't know, but we're going to find out." So you'll get to see these new tires on the Raptor there. We've got, once again, IAG. Some ounce of metal stuff will be on the vehicle. We've got our friends over Diabolical. They'll have some stuff on there. And the creme de la creme, Kelly, how many water bottles will these things hold?
Oh, now you're asking me?
She has a panic. They hold all the water bottles. We have the set power. We have 2 refrigerators. We have something 47.
I hate it when you ask me questions that I wasn't prepared for.
I know. And
the 45S and then the
bigger version.
The other one.
So the smaller one will be in our truck. I don't know. Mark and Jess are going to fight over for the bigger one. Whoever wins gets to keep it. That's the refrigerator battle royale. Is whoever can to survive.
I think that larger one will literally consume the back end of my 2-door.
I think it's going to.
It's the 2-door tailgate, as we like to call it. But yeah, so we're gonna have some fun there, guys. Come stop. We're just people who enjoy Broncos. I'm not gonna put it. What you see tonight is the same idiot you'll get there. I know Mark and Jess are both salt of the earth.
Idiots.
Yeah, people. They're salt of the earth people that are just good people. Come hang out with us. I seen a comment earlier that said they were excited the B team was going to be there in person.
The A and B team are going to be in the same spot.
Yay! I'm excited too.
And it's the RV65D. Thank you very much.
Don't say it like you're this. Like I knew the whole time.
No, I didn't. I was just. You don't ask questions that I don't have the answer to.
Can't believe you didn't
until
put
I'm
your
ready.
hand up and just do this.
I just did.
Jesus.
But yes, we're excited. Like we both need vacations very badly.
Oh, we also partnered with Method Wheels, race wheels for some fun. So you're going to see that there. I know Novasite's sending out some promotional stuff. So I don't know exactly what they're sending out. I think Method is as well. So maybe, I don't know if they're doing stickers, what any of these companies are doing, but they do. Come to the booth, grab it if you want it. Saturday, 11 a.m. We're doing the broadcast. Is it? Or is that, the broadcast?
Noon is the swap.
Yes, we're going to do an hour live stream from the event. We'll have a bunch of people come in. Hopefully we can get some IAGs, maybe Mounts of Metal come in and talk about it. We do after that have the...
we have a waffle.
A waffle.
A waffle.
That's what you call a giveaway. We have a giveaway that we'll have there as well.
Yep. Jess has got a special thing built up to where if you got to show that you're a subscriber.
Yeah, show up anytime during the week and show us that you're following the channel, and we'll give you a raffle ticket and prizes on Saturday.
Yep.
And then after that, sticker swap for the whole shebang will be at our ATM booth.
That's it.
So there it is. So next week is Easter, so we will not do a show on Easter because our Broncos have risen and they need to go.
So the next time you'll see us live will be on the Saturday from Supercell.
Or probably all week. Me and Mark usually do a walkthrough, so we're going to do something like that, I'm sure. And Mark's got a new hip, so he's ready to walk this year.
Ready to go, man.
So whether it be 2-wheel drive,
4-wheel drive,
it doesn't matter what you drive. As long as you're having fun in your ride, I don't care, man. Whether it be a Honda Civic or the latest and greatest from Jeep, just have fun with your ride and enjoy it. Peace, everybody. Love y'all.
See ya.
Bye.